You'll notice he no longer suffers delusions of humanity.
Affirmative.
This gonna sound crazy. It's coming from another place.
Has editing your content become a burden, or you just don't have the skill set?
I wish I could focus on content production, but post-editing takes so much time and effort.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We'll look no further. Here at Asylum 99 Studios, I can help you create professional quality videos that will be sure to captivate viewers. With my creativity and skill, along with your content, assets, and ideas, I can bring your vision into the simulation. I offer the following services: video clipping and organization, content creation, VFX, SFX, and motion graphics, intro and outro assets. Requests may be taken upon further discussion. So if you're a content creator, short on time because you're out living your best life, or you wish you could focus all your energy into producing content, reach out to Asylum 99 Studios today.
What are you waiting for? What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
Don't settle for mediocre videos. Hire me as your freelance video editor and create videos that meet your standards. Asylum 99 Studios. Release your creativity.
What's going on, kinfolk? We back once again, and we're gonna talk about your digital credits, or your matrix money, or the fiat, the fake fiat. Right? Now, this is something I've mentioned and that many other people have mentioned, and if you open your eyes up and you pay attention to that stupid box, the black mirror you call a phone or a computer screen or wherever you're watching this from, you should know about this already. You should know that the economy's in shambles, that they've been finding another way to lock us down on the next level of their matrix. Right? Now we're entering into completely digital money. Randall, you use digital money all the time. You got a bank account, you use debit cards, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But now we find ourselves in the same position as our grandparents and great-grandparents in the 1930s. A currency transition where our ancestors went from the barter system, shout out to Chief Red, and gold and silver, precious metals, and other things of value, to greenback useless fiat dollars. And now here we are, faced with the option of faced with the option of staying on the fiat currency, going back to bartering and trading, or going on CBDC. And let me remind you, if you go on CBDC, your bank account is going to be moderated like a social media account. So niggas like me gonna starve. And I can't let that happen. So I got some stuff to do. And if you watch my channel, you already know what that plan is. So we're gonna go ahead and get to this.
While other networks lie to you about what's happening now, InfoWars tells you the truth about what's happening next. Infowars.com/show.
Let's check in with our friends at the global government. The World Economic Forum hosted a summit in Saudi Arabia. Clip number 11. Let's just find out what they're up to, shall we?
If we think cash is the analog and digital currency is the form of digital, CBDC is the digital form of cash. Today, clearly, we're in a hybrid situation. We're using both. And we know in the past, when it comes to cash, central bankers were very much in control with all aspects of cash. And now we're comfortable to the point where the private sector plays a big role in the printing of the cash, in distribution of the cash, and with the private sector, we use interest rates to manage the supply of cash. The same thing is likely to happen with CBDC. Yes, the central bank will have a role, but at some point in time, the same way we don't call it central bank cash, we're probably going to stop calling it central bank digital currency. It's going to be a digital form of the cash, and at some point in time, hopefully, we will be able to be 100% digital.
Now, what I want y'all to pay attention to here is he has already admitted that the monetary system that we are currently under was meant to condition you. What was he saying? Well, we're already using cash and digital, so the transition to digital shouldn't be that hard. And I'm here to tell you that it needs to be that hard. Do not go for this. You know what's going to happen if you go for this? When Uncle Sniffy Joe finally pisses some of you liberals off and y'all start speaking out against him, guess what? Your bank account gets cut off.
Fuck that! I don't need that shit in my life.
Jackboot hit squads come to your door, kick it in, and drag you out the house because you ain't got no firearms because you don't believe in the Second Amendment.
Fuck that! I don't need that shit in my life.
Your kids get snatched away. Do I need to do a video on the Chinese social credit system? If you don't know about that, that's been going on since before COVID. This is what they want you to have a vaccine passport for. Well, they're trying to back down off all that shit now so they can get ready for H5N1, whatever the fuck scam they got up they sleeves for us next. But know this. If you think this economy is strong, you stupid. This is their next plan. They're jumping ship. The rats are jumping ship. They're leaving the sinking ship for a ship that's already got a hole in the bottom of it. You see? But on that ship, they got their diving gear. And you don't even have a lifesaver.
People are used to it. Right now is many of our payments are digital. The truth is, I said that we're in a hybrid model. There's less and less use of cash. And I think that from predominantly digital with a little physical, I think the transition to fully digital is not going to be a stretch. People are used to it, people have engaged in it, and circumstances did help.
Didn't mean to cut them off because I want you to hear the full scale of their dastardly plan. But for all of you religious folk out there, I want you to hold the mark of the beast in your head while we watch this.
Adoption rates increased because of COVID.
Yeah.
This is where contactless started to become something of a necessity, something of a safety, something of a requirement.
Let's not forget that a lot of these so-called institutions and businesses during the pandemic stopped taking cash. Oh, y'all thought Rondo forgot about that, didn't you? Nah, I'm sharp up here, son. All right, I ain't forgot shit that you bastards have done.
And because of that, there is very little resistance. Trust is already there. We just need to build it in a way that makes sure that we safeguard the risks. Cybersecurity risk is a must, and it needs to be dealt with at the national level. And to counter cybersecurity risk, you need to continue to invest, you need to continue to collaborate, and you need to continue to train. With those three things, we've done it in the past. I think we should be able to manage these risks.
So, to all of you cronies of the World Economic Forum, you're only doing this because you think you and yours is going to be okay. I see y'all don't pay attention to the propaganda that they feed us. Because after you've served your purpose, you're going to be facing a brick wall and getting a bullet put through the back of your head. Believe that. Right? Because look at them. They have no urgency to get out of this because they think they're okay. You have no urgency to resist this because you think you're going to be okay. I'm here to tell you today, you will not be okay. Selling out to the enemy only prolongs your meaningless life by a small margin.
Doing it. I mean, they're just going to do it. They're moving over to 100% digital. I mean, the ironic thing is he's there talking about how mostly what we do is digital anyway. Like it's a mixed system, but that's not really an issue. It's not really a problem, actually using cash, but transferring it digitally doesn't actually represent a big problem to anybody. So why we would need a complete overhaul of the system doesn't really make any sense. But
it doesn't make any sense if you think that they're not trying to enslave and or exterminate you.
You know, COVID helped us get there. You know, COVID helped to progress the agenda of implementing digital currency, as if that was an accident, as if that wasn't a primary reason of the pandemic in the first place. But how could this happen all at once? Well, in the same way that we've seen the videos where they were saying, well, this new vaccine, it's not going to be easy to get into people's arms. We got to have, you know, some sort of excuse. It's the same thing with digital bank. We'll have a disaster, and the solution proposed will be digital currency. Let's go to clip 12 here.
Some indicators of financial stress have risen. At the same time, the valuations of some financial assets appear to have become stretched. This could increase the risk of a sharp correction that could generate system-wide stress.
And the quiet part that he's not saying out loud is, they caused the financial stress. Who's in charge of the fake-ass interest rate? The Fed.
Hey, I'm not going to say what race, what people, I can't say that.
How some of y'all, most of y'all run around here thinking the government doesn't have control over inflation, etc., is beyond me. You cannot be that brain dead.
Well, you stupid fuck.
They gave you the money. Who do you think's controlling its worth? They're getting ready to put you on a digital currency that ain't worth shit. They're giving you Fortnite coins that they're going to turn off when you ain't doing what they want you to do. Okay? What does Lone Wolf like to talk about? Order out of chaos, right? RedWolf as well. Order out of chaos, right? This the chaos. And we've been in this financial chaos all of our lives because we all came here, most of us, came here after the Federal Reserve.
The recent rise in the use of leverage in non-bank financial institutions could amplify the effects of such a correction.
There's the Bank of Canada warning about a meltdown. Gee, I wonder what the solution will be.
So, kinfolk, my question is, what side are you on? Are you going to continue to stay up under this government that most of y'all complain about? Are you going to stop being lazy and get somewhere and get your hands in the dirt and start growing your own resources? And start fighting it back against our chemical extermination. And I say chemical because they're spraying you in the skies, they're tainting your food, your water, your medicine, everything. They attack from all sides. As I've talked about before, and as many of my kinfolks in the tribe have talked about, you're dealing in the dark arts, and you're dealing with powers outside of yourself on different realms, if you will. When you're going up against the bot herd, you gotta tell them what you're doing. But there are no rules against manipulating the minds of your victims into agreeing or indifference to your plan. Because if they allow you to do it, in their minds, their hands are clean. When you're dealing with Rondo, your hands ain't clean because I know what you're doing. I'm watching you do it. And right now, all y'all doing is selling wolf tickets. You ain't came to done shit yet. Because Rondo's not going for this. I'd rather get out there, outside, and make my own way than to continue walking into hell. But do y'all like hell? Y'all enjoying it there? Because if you are, say no more. Rondo will leave you alone. You can stay down there. I'm only here to talk to the people with a inkling of survival within them, a survival instinct. Like he said, like the guy in the wheelchair said in the Players Club, if you don't want to die, get the fuck out.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on.
I am a human being. I exist.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions.
Send the word.